Welcome, Valentin, to the Brain Film Fest. It's extra special for us to have you this year. As you know, you won a short film here back in 2019. So this is kind of great to come back around. Tell me about a little of the process of how you went from doing this short, Carlota's Face, to this new film.
Yeah, so first of all, it's a great honor for me to be back for the second time, particularly as I'm a neuroscientist and working with the brain. So the Brain Film Fest is really like the place to be for me. And yeah, this was a long journey, So I started about 5 years ago when I met Carlota the first time. And initially we thought, as I also have this other job, so that we thought of a short film that we do, and then we realized, okay, we don't do a camera style feature film as a short film, but an animated one. So that was already extra kind of work. But then we continued working, and that's how we ended up now with the feature, the long version.
How did it? You met because of your job, right, as a neuroscientist, and then you got fascinated with her, and then that grew to a bigger fascination with her as an artist, or what was the process?
No, actually, it was via the art. So it started off with art, because I read a short advertisement in a local newspaper about a exhibition in my local area, in my neighborhood, about artists from the neighborhood that were exhibiting. And as the key image, they used one of Carlota's work and said, and this is one of the participants, and she's face blind. They even said she has prosopagnosia, so it was the technical term. And I think, yeah, not a lot of people understood that, but from my work, I knew what that was. So that was the connection. But it started off with this very striking portrait that I saw. And then I read the article, and then I said, oh my God, this is a person who did something which she never saw. And this article was lying around for 3 months or so at my desk. And then I thought, okay, I have to contact her and see what, it wasn't really planned as a film, but I just contacted her. And then we started slowly in the process of that I could record it on camera and that we could do a real film out of it.
It seems like it must have been hard to gain her trust in a way, in the sense that she seems very, very happy and content with her isolation, and also has very set kind of ideas on how to do things. And not only that, she's a filmmaker herself. I mean, she's filming all the time. So how was that relationship with you and her?
I think the positive aspect that I just dropped by and didn't come with this huge plan of a feature film and so on, because she would have kicked me out already in the beginning. And I was more interested in her work and so on. And then she realized, oh, okay, I do have a connection to film. So I did a short film before. And then we had this connection via the technical stuff of the camera stuff. So she was very interested in what camera I had used and how we did the editing and so on. So we had this connection via the filming.
You let her have final cut?
No, that I didn't actually. So for the feature version, we had the deal. Then she trusted me that far that she said, okay, I know I explained to her, I'm going to do a portrait about you. And we use this deficit as a side story kind of, but it's about you. And she knew kind of my way of working, and she also saw the animations of the short version, which she, in the first night when I sent it to her, she watched it 40 times already, like in a loop. And she was very fascinated by what Frederick, the artist, was doing. Mm-hmm. So she kind of trusted me, and I told her also for the feature, I cannot show you each scene and then do the film, because then we never end. And then everything was set. So there wasn't much of a chance to edit anymore. And with that, I had to go to her then one evening and show her the film. And she, when I entered her room, she said, "You sit right next to me so that I can slap you if something's wrong." But she immediately loved it. So she likes both versions, the short and the long.
Was she changed by doing this film?
I think so. I think she got more confident and more content with herself, because she never thought that what she achieved was something special. So for her, it was just, well, yeah, I don't want to meet people. So then I go to work in the cinema, and then I do work as a truck driver, and she didn't expect that people watching that from outside were very impressed by how she always overcame certain obstacles.
Well, and I feel like this film is a testament to just staying power, stamina, and just living life. And it's kind of a side note, all the other stuff, you know, the fact that she has this disease or whatnot. I mean, it's completely inspiring. Did it inspire or change you?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it wasn't that obvious maybe for me in the beginning, but what I know, like technically, is that I wrote these first scripts that I handed in to get funding, because I needed to get funding then for the feature version. I had to write it down, and I know that from the beginning it was planned as a 50-50 film with 50% colleagues like in the field kind of explaining, maybe that was the idea I had, and then mixing it only with her, like not other people but still her. And that shifted during shooting towards a simple portrait with some scientific side notes, but I realized that it's not necessary to explain now why how these neurons are formed and why they are where they are and what they do. That you can read up, but you can never imagine the story that she tells. And so for me, that was this transition towards a person-driven story.
No, I mean, I think, you know, I think about what this Brain Film Fest is about, you know, and a big part of it is you're kind of like the perfect person for this film festival, because the idea here is to bring to a conscious awareness these kinds of issues.
Yeah, I think in terms of science communication, so that the public understands, this is fundamental. And that's also something I only realized starting also with the short film, but now more with the short film because it toured on much more festivals, because there are more short film festivals. But I realized that there was so much curiosity and interest then in the topic once children or older people, no matter which age range, saw the short film, and then they started asking questions about how does then the brain work and how does this work. But it was triggered by an individual story, and that makes people much more interested than giving them just facts without a personality to it. And therefore I think that's so crucial I would like in the term of science communication, let's say, to bridge that gap between scientists and public. So I think art has a very powerful function in there.
Well, good luck on your journey, and I hope
Thanks.
that you show it by us here at the Brain Film Festival.
Thanks
Thank
for
you
having
so
me,
much,
and
Valentin.
see you around.